Hi everyone, this is an atomic lesson on how to measure joint action and mobility using a goniometer. Today we focus on the hip girdle and we will evaluate hip flexion, extension, abduction, and adduction. So the equipment needed is a human subject, a physical goniometer, and an examination table for the subject to perform the action on. So first we're going to take a look at hip flexion. So for hip flexion, the individual will lie in a supine position, flat on their back, as seen here. Then they will lift one leg up in the air until they can go no longer. The goniometer will start parallel to the flat leg in 180 degrees. As the leg moves upward, the goniometer arm will rotate as well. And then once you have this number, you will subtract it from 180 degrees. So, for example, in this particular scenario, we have Austin here on the table. We followed the procedure, and Austin got 112 degrees. So you take your 180 degrees, which is what you started with, and then you subtract 112 from 180, and then you're left with 68 degrees. So we know based on our equipment that that he is able to flex his hip 68 degrees. So you're going to use the same process with the goniometer for all of the joint actions. Next, we're going to evaluate Jeremy performing hip extension. For hip extension, the subject must be in a prone position with their face down on the table. And they'll lift one leg without rotating the hips, as we see in the photo being performed by Jeremy. Again, you will measure and subtract for the appropriate degree, and that'll give you your hip extension. Next, we're going to evaluate hip abduction. As you can see in the video, the subject will be in a supine position and will rotate the leg away from the midline. The goniometer will start at the top of the iliac crest at 90 degrees and follow the leg towards that 180 degrees as seen. Then again, we'll subtract and record to get the correct degree. Lastly, we're going to evaluate hip adduction, which is the leg moving towards the midline. As you can see in this video, Austin is performing this joint action. Again, you should be measuring from the top of the iliac crest at 90 degrees, as seen. And then the other leg will already be abducted, and the leg performing the joint action, which is being adducted, will come and meet it as seen in the video. Again, you'll get the degree and record how much you can adduct your hip.